Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. We begin today with Rag Gauri Gwareri, having completed the Var in Rag Maj. And this is a Rag Gauri Gwareri, a specific ragini within the Rag. Evidently, it has 9 different raginis. And it is Mahalla Pehla, Chaupade Dopade, implying that there are couplets of 2 lines and stanzas of 4 lines to be expected in this composition. And it begins with the creedal statement, what we Sikhs refer to as the Mool Mantar. And so it is with that we begin. Rag Gauri Gwareri, Mahalla Pehla, Chaupade Dopade, Ik Oankar, Satnam, Karta Purkh, Nirabhau, Nirvair, Akal Murti, Ajuni Sabhang Gur Prasad. Bhau much Bhara vadda tol, Manmati hauli bole bol, Sir tar chaliye sahiye par, Nadri karmi gur bichar, Pੈ bin koe na langas par, Pੈ ko rakhya bhai sawar rahao, Pੈ tan agan pakhe pੈ nale, Pੈ ਪਉ ਘੜੀਏ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰੇ, ਪੈ ਬਿਨ ਘਾੜਤ ਕੱਚ ਨਿਕੱਚ, ਅੰਧਾ ਸੱਚਾ ਅੰਧੀ ਸੱਟ, ਬੁੱਧੀ ਬਾਜੀ ਉਪਜੇ ਚਾਉ, ਸਹਿਸ ਸਿਆਣਪ ਪਵੇ ਨ ਤਾਉ, ਨਾਨਕ ਮਨ ਮੁਖ ਬੋਲਣ ਵਾਉ, ਅੰਧਾ ਅੱਖਰ ਵਾਉ ਦੁਆਉ. So the theme here in the Rahau is Pੈ bin koi na langas par, Pੈ pau rakhya bhai sawar. It speaks about fear, Pੈ, which literally means fear, and says without fear no one goes across. Pੈ bin koi na langas par, Pੈ pau rakhya bhai sawar. So here Pੈ is combined with Bhau, which is a feeling of love and emotion. And it says that loving fear, Pੈ pau rakhya, it protects, and bhai sawar, love transforms. So let's examine what really is meant by fear here by going back to the first stanza. Bhau much Bhara vadda tol. So to measure the immeasurable, vadda tol, fall in loving awe of the Supreme Self. The word Bhara means heavy, and the word vadda means great. In Gurmat and Gurbani, we find that this is often being used as a symbolic reference to the Supreme Self, to the Creator. Bhara, it's weighty, it's heavy, it's great. So fall in love, in loving awe of the Creator. If you wish to understand the Creator, that is to say, if you wish to make a connection with the Creator, if you wish to know the Creator in a manner of speaking, then cultivate this emotion of Bhau, which is, one has to remember that it is a very specific usage. It is a feeling of love and devotion. And it has within it a sense of awe, a sense of reverence, and a sense of reticence that is innate in us. So it is an admixture of all these things that Guruji calls Bhau. So that devotion, that love, that fear, if you will, is what has to be cultivated if you wish to really know the Creator within. Sir tar chaliye sahiye paar, nadri karni gur bichar. So we need the guidance of the Gur in order to cultivate this feeling, in order to understand or grasp or become intuitively aware of the Creator, because manamati hauli bole bol, the mind's understanding is limited, meager, hauli, where you have the weighty on the one hand, you have hauli on the other hand, light, superficial speech. It doesn't really get as far as touching the meaning of the Creator. So there you are. You have to go beyond the mind's understanding as it stands right now, because what we have in our mind is just the creation of our own imagination or what we have heard. So you need the enlightener's discourse, Nadari Karmi Gur Bichar. That will enable you to grasp the great law, Sahiye Par, and walk the earth successfully. Sir tar chaliye. Now, Sir tar chaliye can have another connotation. It literally means head, but Sir also is used in short form for Srishti, creation, and Tar is to place upon, but also used to indicate Tarti or earth. So here we have taken it into mean that if you want to traverse life successfully, then you need the guidance of the enlightener. And as we said in the Rahau Tuk, ben koi na langas par. Without this fear, for want of a better word, no one goes across. Tan agan pakhe pair nalle. So the mind already is full of fear. And because the mind is full of fear, that fire, that fear consumes the body. It manifests in the body as well. We are anxious. We know the feeling. We know what happens to the body as well. So what is being said here is that tan agan pakhe pair nalle. That fear has to be rekindled or transformed by the loving fear of the self. Tan agan pakhe pair nalle. With the fear and reverence of the self. Transform worldly fear. Overcome worldly fear, in other words. Pau kariye a-sabad-a-day. Again, the same idea. With the guidance of Gur wisdom, shape the self and the mind with loving fear. Pagat kade, to shape. And without the fire of loving fear, all that is shaped remains immature, unprepared. Paben kadat kachnikach. Paben, without this feeling of devotion, bhakti, if you will, kadat, whatever you shape is really kachnikach. It's immature. It's false. It's just something else. And then the example that is given is anda sacha andi sat. It is like a blind molder hammering away at the mold. Doesn't know where to hammer. Buddhi baji upaje chao sahas syanapa pave natao. Now the problem with the mind or the intellect is that it has a fondness for playing mental games. We know that, and Guruji obviously knew that. So he says, Buddhi baji upaje chao. We are constantly playing mind games with ourselves, with others. But 1,000 mental guiles will not provide you with the heat, he says. Pavena tao, the fire to shape or mold the mind. Mental guiles just will not work. Nanak, manmukh boldan vao, anda akhar vao dwao. He concludes by saying that the self-willed, just simply blowing hot air, manmukh boldan vao, their speech is uninformed and meaningless. So essentially, what is being said is that unless we cultivate bhakti, the feeling of bhakti, which is devotion, love, reverence, awe, without this feeling, the mind will remain ignorant and shackled by its fears. It will not move, it will not expand, it will not flower. So therefore, transform the fire of your mind's fear into bhakti. And for that, come to the Guru. The Guru will show you the way. On that note, until the next time, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.